Episode of Endless Frontier, the 1.15 Minecraft mod pack that we started playing a few days ago, the last time that we streamed. Uh, Guys, this pack is amazing. Like, I've actually been playing it, I've been going around and doing a whole bunch of stuff, and it is pretty good. I'm enjoying it a lot. So let me go over a couple of things that I did while I was off camera with you. One, I hate creepers. I put a mega torch down. It had to happen. I don't want to mess with creepers going around exploding all my stuff. I put up some lanterns inside of my little outpost here, just so there was some good light sources. And also I feel like I just don't like torches hanging out. For some reason, lanterns make perfect sense to me, but torches don't. I built a fletching table so that way I could make a few arrows because I have made some more tools using the silent tools and weapons, or silent weapons and tools. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's a mod I've never played with before. This is the first time that I'm experiencing it. But like I said last time, it's kind of like Tinker's Tools, if you're familiar with that. Basically, it lets you use materials to make your own tools outside of like the normal Minecraft parameters. And there are several of the things that I have crafted here. Pickaxe, sword, standard little shovel, everything, and some armor. My armor here is actually, like, even though it looks like normal iron armor, right? Because it's constructed out of iron just 100%. But it is actually silent gear. So I can repair it with iron ingots. I don't have to have a mending enchantment to be able to repair them, although I assume that a mending enchantment would still work on them, and so ultimately that would probably be the better option. I don't have it yet. I haven't set up enchanting or messed with villagers at all, right? Check this out. So this is our resources chest. This is things that I've been collecting and smelting and dealing with. This little furnace right here, extended furnace, is busted. It's so good and so cheap and is not at all balanced. Which is, I guess you could say unfortunate, but it really did help us. So here's why, right? Let's find it. Let's find it in here. At extended furnace. So here's the recipe for it, right? It's pretty much, I mean, this is sort of standard for what you would expect in a modded Minecraft furnace. You know, iron around a normal furnace and then a redstone block because it's a powered thing. It does require power to function. So you have to have a power system set up to be able to do this. However, and here's why it's busted. It has upgrades that you can apply to it. So it's not just a standard powered furnace. You can also make it better with these upgrades. And the first three, they make sense. You know, very standard according to Minecraft logic. There's a speed upgrade that makes it cost more power, but it increases the output speed. There's an efficiency upgrade, which makes it cost less power, and also increases the buffer of power that it can store. Standard. This is sounding very normal to anybody that's played modded Minecraft, right? There's an experience upgrade that makes it output more experience if you per smelt. So the default is whatever the default is for the various things that you could smelt. Notably also, this furnace cannot smelt wood. Like, it can't turn wood into charcoal. I'm not sure why, but it can't. And the recipes for these are pretty simple. They're not too expensive. You know, just iron and redstone for that one. For this one, iron and glowstone. For this one, it's iron and experience orbs, or bottles of enchanting, sorry. So that's somewhat difficult to make, because there are recipes for it now. And there's other ways to make it too, but hey, so I haven't gotten into those yet, but this one, as you can see on the screen, this one's called a multiplying upgrade, and it does exactly what you think it does. This is the recipe for it, so I mean, like, really, that's not that expensive. It's 3 of these, which, again, glowstone and iron, that's what those are, and you can install up to 2 of these. So, every time I smelt down any kind of ore in this thing, I get 3 ore, which, you know, ore doubling the ore that you're processing is kind of standard when it comes to Minecraft, modded Minecraft. That's a thing that you can do with basically any mod that has any kind of power structure. You hit it with a crusher to turn it into dust, and then you smelt the dust to get yourself 2 ingots, because each ore drops you 2 dust. This one doesn't need to do that. It's just 1 block. You can put this multiplication upgrade into it, and then it will make 2 of each, or 2 extra of each ingot that you smelt down from an ore. And it gives you the XP for it, just like you would expect. It's pretty good, pretty good. The efficiency upgrades, I did put 10 of those in because that dropped it to where this thing is only using like 8 RF a tick. Or FE, Tesla, whatever energy source you're more familiar with from Minecraft, it's now using only 8. And I think if I put more into it, it'll just keep going down. And I might be able to get it to like 1 or 0. I'm not sure. I haven't got it tested yet. I don't have a ton of glowstone. And this is an RF Tools coal generator, so just burn coal in it, it produces power. I can't leave it stocked with coal because it will continue to burn the coal even if it has full energy, even if the thing connected to it has full energy. Even if this isn't smelting stuff, this will still burn coal. So that's why I have some charcoal down here. But yeah, so look at all this iron we've got. Copper, some gold, yada yada yada. The first thing I want to do, bearing that in mind, is I want to upgrade my backpack. And don't worry, I know that you're seeing other stuff, and I know there's other stuff that we talked out, and we're gonna go over those things. But this is something that's really been bothering me, so I really want to get this done if I can. So, block of gold, 2 gold, the backpack, and 2 yellow dye. Do I have yellow dye? That's actually going to be the real question here, because I think I brought back some dandelions. But apparently I didn't, so we're going to have to go find those. Okay, so let's talk about all the stuff that we were going to talk about last time, right? So out there, you can kind of see it, right, through the goals. That's the mine entrance build that I said I was going to work on between games. Oh no, the sun's rising. You're about to witness something else that's fun about me now. So yeah, some lanterns. I thought to myself, what if somebody was really lazy? Because this was already kind of like a hill in the ground. It was like just a little bit of a hill. If somebody wanted to stop rain from pouring in, but didn't want to really think about it, what would they do? And so that's what I did. I figured they would cut down some trees, they would pile up the logs, and then kind of tie them down. So that's what's going on here. They're tied down with some rail ties, is what those are simulating. I made the logs all different lengths, or tried to keep them to some kind of different lengths, so it didn't look like they were all the same tree. Some of them I buried in the ground because they would have piled the dirt back up around it. And then I put lanterns around it because that's a very normal thing that you would experience in some kind of a mine, right? Is just like some lanterns that are hanging out. And I stripped the oak right around the entrance because I don't know about you guys, but me, when I was younger, and also even now, I think about it a lot, I just don't do it anymore. When I'm going by a doorway or something, I always touch it, right? Like I'll put my hand around the edge of a doorway when I'm coming in, or, you know, something like that. And I figured that a lot of people would have done that too. So this is like the worn down wood, right, that would have happened over time. Maybe the younger guys, the real young guys, like as they're going into the mine, they come by and they like jump and smack the top. I know that every guy on the planet has done that at least once in their life. Jumped up and smacked the ceiling, or smacked a sign or something as they were going by it. That's just something that you do, right? And then I kind of just stared it off, made my nether portal there, and this is a tunnel back to my base and also into those farm metal rooms because I need one. So, what did I do between sessions aside from mining? Well, guys, I explored. If I come into the map and I put it to daytime, this is like the normal daytime map, you'll see that there's all kinds of lines of me trailing off. I thought to myself that I wanted to figure out where some things were, and so I went around the map and just kind of explored. And those illagers can't see me, so I don't have to really worry about them. And I really went around. I saw some villages and kind of mapped some things out. I put some pin markers around the map in some areas where I found something that was really interesting. I don't know why it keeps popping up that dialogue instead of scrolling the map. And then I also found a couple of neat places that exist around the map. I found some mesas, it looks like to me. Lots of places for ice and snow. I went around in big circles around the edge of the continent that I'm attached to, until eventually I got bored with it, and then I just made like a beeline across the land to get back to my base. But I did make it a good bit around my continent, as you can tell. So I've seen a lot of things. Notably, what are you doing to me? Come on. Notably, there's a mystical forest, I think is what that biome is called. And I think that those places are absolutely gorgeous. Like the amount of different vegetation that exists there, the normal tree color is so different from the normal like trees, because these are just like oak leaves, I think, is what spawns in that biome. And you can see that from everything around it, all of it's different, right? The grass is this beautiful kind of teal color underneath there. And also, not out here, you can't really see it, but inside the biome, the water is like purple. It is gorgeous. And there's also a few giant mushrooms and stuff that exist there. And I didn't really go through it because, like I said, I was trying to get back home. Ladies like to smack things too. Okay, Cruiser, I'll stop pretending. I'm speaking from my perspective. But yeah, so the water's purple. It's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful inside of that biome. So we might try and move over here, is what I was thinking. However, one other thing that happened to me while I was out there. I was exploring one of the villages, and on one of the buildings there was an item frame. And in that item frame was a white jagged thing that had red on it. And I had no idea what that was. So I picked it up, and I was looking at it. I was like, oh, it's a vampire fang. I looked inside, and I saw that there was a vampire hunter trainer guy. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I guess this is part of the vampirism mod. And I held on to the vampire fang, and eventually I was infected by sanguinaire vampirus. And that is the disease that you get from holding on to vampire fangs or from fighting against vampires that turns you into a vampire. And so, I'm a vampire now. That's the other thing that happened to me. So you can kind of tell from the profile, but I'll do this too, right? Like, it does change your skin a little bit. Like, those dark lines under my eyes aren't normally there. The red, not normally there. And also the blood, like, around my mouth and stuff, that's not part of my skin. That's actually added by the mod. Similarly, I now have, like, vampire things. There's, like, a skill tree that I've unlocked that I can get level ups into that let me do different things. So, right now, I'm a level 1 vampire. I'm brand new. I'm you know, I have no skill upgrades. I haven't leveled up at all. And so that means, like, I can still walk outside in the sun. Now, that glowing yellow square that you see appearing there, that's ostensibly me going, the sun sucks and I hate it, But I'm not taking damage, because I'm a very low-level vampire. As you increase in power, you will eventually become damaged by stuff like that. When I get into water, even if it's not running water, even still water, you can see I get a weakness effect applied to me as long as I'm in it. Similarly, if I pick up or I go around garlic, that also does it to me. Get out of here with that. Nobody likes you. But, as a counterpoint to that, I don't need to eat. And also, I don't need to breathe. So if I do have to go into the water, I can just kind of stay underwater forever. Like, the only drawback is that I have a weakness debuff applied to me. And so if I don't care about that, then I can go exploring all I want, which is the majority of what I did in between the game sessions. So that's kind of everything that's gone on with me. This is just an experience storage. I just realized I didn't talk about this. This lets me store my levels, so that way when I die, which I have done quite a bit, I don't lose as much of my levels because I keep on throwing them in there. I'm saving them for when I eventually start breaking into enchanting. But I gotta tell you guys, so look at this Rigidity chest. Do you notice anything about it? Yeah, I've got 3 diamonds. And notably, none of my gear is made of diamonds. I have made a diamond pickaxe, and that is the absolute most that I've done, because I don't know how my luck is going, but it's very, very poor when it comes to diamonds. So, and those 3 I actually just got, like, less than an hour before I started the stream ago. I just happened to find 3 diamond ore in the nether, of all places, because there's ores in the nether in this pack. So yeah, I'm very diamond poor right now, which has prevented me from getting into some of the things that I've wanted to get into. And also, the sun kind of sucks now. But I can feed myself off of villagers and animals. So like if I go up to, and here's my animals, right? This is my safe zone because it's all covered up. The sun can't affect me. You can see that my crosshair in the center of the screen turns into a fangy mark, right? And that's kind of an indicator as to, hey, this is something that you can suck their blood, and also it's an indicator of how much blood they have. So, like for instance, if I go ahead and suck on this cow's blood just a little bit, you can see that the marker's actually going down a little bit. So that means that I have drained, I'd guess that's about a third of the cow's blood with my bite. And so if I just leave him alone, and he gets a weakness debuff too, right? Because anemia, it's a real thing. If I just leave him alone, eventually the cow will regenerate no problem. But this does mean I can't refill my food, my saturation, when I'm out and about, unless there's something that I can suck their blood. So I'm kind of facing a difficulty with that. That's the majority of the reason why I've died, actually, because you can see down there, I've got 22 hearts. Some of that's from having eaten a lot of food. Like I was explaining in the first stream, this pack does have Spice of Life Carrot Edition. So if you eat a whole bunch of different foods, you get more health. And also, I think 2 of that is just because I became a vampire. Like, so I have 2 extra health from being a vampire. Maybe I also have, like, some other buffs related to that, but I'm not sure. I think it's mostly through the perks, right? So we'll kind of just glance through them real quick. So, night vision, regeneration, and then bat mode. You can turn into a bat, that's cool. And then from there, you kind of get, like, a branch of paths you can take. So, sunscreen, I'm guessing this lets you stop sun damage, summon bats, and vampire rage. I had a look at some of this in some videos online, and I can't remember, because I just watched through a whole bunch of them, right? This one effectively gives you, like, just a whole bunch of buffs. So it buffs, like, your damage, your speed, and everything else. I think also your bite damage might be increased so that you can deal more damage to things and also, like, drink more blood all at once. This also, along that same path, lets you, drink blood more efficiently, but also you'll stop drinking before you kill something. So unless you keep going, you will definitely never kill anything with your bite. This allows you to just kill anything as long as you're using a vampire sword that's below 25% health. This lets you shoot a blood projectile, charge your blood using tools on the go by sneak right clicking. So some of the things that the mod adds is like pieces of gear. There's like weapons, and there's also armor, and there's also crossbows that you can get depending on whether you're a hunter or a vampire, because you can be either one. There's different ways of getting it. Apparently vampire is really easy to get, because I wasn't even trying. Ha ha. But so yeah, all the paths have different branching things. There's a teleport. You can turn invisible. Damage, I don't know what that is. Avoided by creepers. You can disguise yourself so that people won't know you're a vampire, because there are hunters out there, and if they see you, they will try to kill you because you're a vampire. Decreased bloodthirst, some kind of a vision that lets you see entities, and then like a jump or a speed or a water resistance or a sun damage buff that you apply to yourself just like all the time. The regeneration one is an activated ability. So you can't have that one on all the time because it does drain your blood reserve, like your saturation and stuff, while you're using it. And then the night vision is toggleable, as is the blood vision. So like if you don't want to have night vision on all the time so that you can play with light sources in your game, you absolutely can do that. But yeah, so mostly these wandering merchants and their llamas have become like a food source that just kind of walks right up to me, and then I deal with them. But I've also been checking their inventories because some of the stuff they have is actually somewhat good. I mean, look at those enchants on that. Protection 5, Mending, Unbreaking 5, Stable Footing, Feather Falling 5. Like, you can't get those with normal enchanting. So I've been looking, but I don't have a lot of emeralds yet, so I've kind of had to just wait on all that. There's a llama up on that tree. I wonder how it got there. But yeah, so thinking about like a whole bunch of plans for tonight. Mostly, I kind of want to explore this vampirism thing a little bit with you, and see if we can figure out how to get a level up in it. Um, According to the stuff that I watched tonight, mostly what we need is blood. So let's take a look at that. At vampirism, there's a couple of different ways of doing it, right? Like there's these blood vials that have a different purity to them. And then there's like altars that you have to build is the stuff that I saw. And I'm trying to figure out which one of these blocks would actually be one of the altars, right? Because this, I mean, like, is brand new to me. Like I said, I've never actually used this. So you got glass bottles. I think this is the first thing that we need. So let's pull that out. We'll get 3 iron. And we'll get 3 glass, and then 3 more glass, because that's what we need for those bottles. Doop. Put that in the center. Put that along the top. And then put this along the bottom. Boop. And I really don't like that this guy's there, just like in general. I think I'm gonna do him a damage. There we go. I did him a damage. Also, if you're seeing anything in the stream that I didn't already cover or you are unfamiliar with, just let me know and I'll try to explain it to you. But everything else I think I've showcased in videos before or maybe in the last stream. Because the only other thing looking around that I added that I didn't cover is that I put bonsai pots down, but like y'all know these, right? Anybody that's played Modern Minecraft, these have been around for a while, they grow trees for you. And then drop their stuff inside those chests. So, that's just been going on in the background. Hold on, I gotta answer that. Tell somebody that I'm streaming. Okay, so getting back to this stuff, let's lay this bad boy down and see if we can figure out how it works. And I don't really want to do it in the house because I'm kind of running out of space, but I also don't want it to be out in the world because then, like, I'd be damaging myself to try to use it. So, I mean, we'll just set it down here, right? There is not enough blood in the altar. Well, that's okay because I've actually got some. I have been killing some vampires and stuff because I was getting attacked by them too. So I actually have some of this stuff. So I'm guessing we just shift left click, left right. No, that's not working. Okay. So if that's not working, what about this one? This is like a pure blood. This is me killing like really high level stuff. No, that's not working. Okay, that's all of the like normal stuff I would think that I would do with Minecraft. I can right click with it, so that makes me think that should be how I mess with it, but that's not working. Maybe the fangs? Do I put them in there? No, that's not it either. Okay. There's not enough blood in the altar. Well, how do I put blood in the altar, game? Like, normally the way that you would empty something out into it is just kind of like a standard Minecraft kind of thing would be to like shift right click with a filled container. That's pretty standard. So I can't drink these. Doing that doesn't do anything. Shift right clicking with them doesn't do anything. Right clicking like does that, but it doesn't seem to actually do. Maybe it's because they're grouped up. Maybe I need to have just one of them in my hand? That doesn't really make sense, though. And I think that there's actually a guide to this. There's like a book that explains a lot of this stuff to you. It's just the unfortunate part is that one of the mods that hasn't been updated yet is Guide API, which is the thing that like every single thing that had a guide at all wrote all of their guide stuff in. So everything that I do, I can make a vampire cloak. Every I see. I get distracted by dumb things. Every single guide, what has ever existed, has been written using that. So there's buckets of blood. Can I make these? Okay, let's try another like vanilla way of doing this. Right? Can I make just a cauldron? And then pour this in there? No? It's so weird that right-clicking there is doing something like it's supposed to be working, but it's not. Doing it with the cauldron doesn't either. And there... Did I just see that there was an alchemical cauldron? See, garlic, that means that's a hunter thing. That's not a vampire thing. And this is... There are two types of altars. So the altar of infusion is the higher tier one. You use that for, like, higher levels of vampirism. Ooh, maybe I need one of these. A blood container. This might be what I'm looking for. Okay. So, what was the recipe there? Planks, glass, iron. Cool. No problem. I definitely have that. So, planks, glass... and then iron. Let's put this bad boy together. Where is it in the thing? There it is. Alright, give me a blood container. And then we'll put it down instead. Extra storage. No. Can I put my blood into it? Can I stand... Does it do anything? So there's these blood buckets. Can I just like place this blood in the world? No, that is not doing anything either. So man, everything that is like the normal sort of intuitive stuff is not working. That makes me think that either A, something in the mod hasn't been updated yet, which is entirely possible, or B, I'm particularly thick about it, and there's just like something that totally makes sense that I'm not thinking of. So, okay, instead of doing that, let's think about this. What else do I want to do? Another thing that I'm really interested in is getting some villagers over here. So let's make another boat, and we'll go and we'll look at some of those villages that I found. I think... I'm not 100% certain, but I'd like to trap a couple of villagers and get them brought over here. And since I can still move around in the daylight, it should be fine. So let me get a quick sip off that llama. But I think... Like, the llamas will spit at you if you do that to them. So I have actually had to... I've had to kill a few of them. Just because they wouldn't... respect my authority. Over here, in the Cursed Earthland, which I found out is also related to the Vampirism mod, these two hunters that were here around this fireplace and this tent, they died. I'm pretty sure they tried to fight some of these vampires in here, and they couldn't. Because there's a lot of them. But also, this place is safe from the sun. You can see, like, the gold marks around me went away. And it's filled with ghosts who are now my friends. And these other vampires who, I guess you can't quite call them my friends, but, like, they don't attack me now. Even if they do make scary noises. There are some vampires that will attack me. There's, like, higher level vampires that will come after me, but I'm not seeing any of those guys. So let's get in here and take off. The sky color changing is kind of jarring when it happens just randomly like that. So the nearest village to me is actually probably gonna be over here. I'm pretty sure there's one over here, right? Yeah, right there. So that's still a good distance away. I marked them all on Journey Map. I'm just not sure which ones are which ones. So if we turn on all the villages that I found, Then we can see. Well, I mean, that one's going to be the closest, right? Because it's all arranged by distance. So yeah, that's the first one that I found, and so that's the first one that's there. Some 4,000 blocks away. The vampire biome, I'm not sure. It might just be called vampirism biome or something like that. I'd have to go back onto it and look at it in my journey map to see what it says. To answer your question there. The Maho place. No, there's nothing evil or Maho-ish about it. Not at all. So we'll go for a nice, relaxing boat ride here. So, it was definitely not in my plans to be affected by the vampirism. It wasn't something that I really, really wanted to do. But it is what it is, and now that it's happened, I'm just going to kind of roll with it. There are ways that you can get yourself unvampirized, and there are... you can then make yourself immune to the vampirism if you want to. Like, I think if I went to a church in the villages, there is actually a way that you can pray to have the curse of vampirism lifted from you. And depending on how difficult it is to deal with, I might end up doing that. But for now, I'm just going to kind of go with it and see where it goes. And if I'm actually able to level up eventually, like I just tried to do, then maybe I'll stick with it. Because having looked at the perk trees, I actually kind of like the vampire stuff. I think it's an interesting way to give yourself some boosts that, you know, you can't get through enchanting, or you can get through enchanting, but it's really annoying to get through enchanting. Did I get turned around? There we go. I did get turned around. I started following the coastline again, which is not what I need to do right now. But yeah, if I can't level up, then there isn't really that much of a benefit to me. 2 extra hearts and the ability to bite people isn't a really big benefit, especially if it robs me of the ability to drink or eat food to recover my health and stuff. Which I'm guessing, I'm just going to guess from the fact that there's bottled blood that eventually I have the ability to just like craft some kind of blood bottle food replacement thing. But I haven't been able to do that yet. So we'll just have to check it out more and see. There's some ice off the shore there, too. Like, I actually have a good mix of biomes around me. So, like, there's a lot of different resources that I can collect to keep myself with lots of different materials and options. Some future plans that I'm thinking of is that I will eventually need to establish an actual proper place, because that little square there is going to be outgrown very fast. I already feel kind of cramped being in there right now. I do want to set up a big villager kind of area. If I stick with the vampirism thing, it's going to be like a source of food. And also, you know, just in the later versions of Minecraft, villagers have become both more annoying, which I thought was very hard to do, but also very beneficial as well. So I'm going to have to actually go through the process of getting villagers set up properly inside of my base, so that way I can do all of the necessary trades with them to get the stuff that I want. Because all the tools and stuff that I'm getting from that Silent Gear mod that I talked about earlier, they're all enchantable, just like normal. So you can get a mixture of materials and stuff to provide you with a cool tool with like different stats, and then go ahead and apply the enchantments to it that you would expect there to be inside of a normal vanilla Minecraft game, so it doesn't really break that progression that normally exists there. I mean, maybe you're starting with a better base than you would if you were just doing vanilla tools, but it's not that big of a difference. Like, I actually think that since they have like little modifiers applied to them, that a normal diamond pickaxe is probably going to be better than most of what's in the mod. But I mean, like, they're good for now. I don't think that I'm really going to be suffering for using them. And if nothing else, it's basically like a tool that I can repair just by spending more materials. And if I keep on increasing the durability on them, and that means that I'll have to repair them less, then, you know, ultimately I'm going to end up on the better end of things here. Because, like I said, I'm pretty diamond poor, so having to repair or make new diamond pickaxes all the time won't work for me. What am I going to name my vampire manor? Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure. All of the classic vampire things come to mind. And I did have, at one point, I actually went through and I mapped out what was going to be, sorry, I got distracted because this guy's here. And he's by himself. And so I actually kind of want to fight him because I might need to get some blood from these guys instead of from vampires to do the level up stuff. See? Their AI is weird because they don't fight me straight up. No, he gave me vampire blood. That's the exact same thing that I got from those other guys, from the actual vampires that I killed. Okay, so yeah, at one point I did go ahead and do a grid paper map of the Castlevania from Symphony of the Night. And so I've actually got like a grid by grid blueprint for that castle. As big as it is, that might be something that I explore. If nothing else, it would make a pretty good base to build on. Some of those rooms. Because I'm that kind of fan when it comes to that stuff. Since I'm loading in a lot of terrain, the game's also going to stutter a little bit. It's kind of unavoidable for me right now. I have to swing around all this terrain. Are there any other, like, really big bumps coming up? Yeah. And I do need to do some more mining or come up with a better way to do it. Because not having any of those materials is going to really hamper what I'm trying to do. I'll also have to figure out, I really will have to figure out how to level up. What am I doing wrong? It's sitting on the back of my mind like, hey, that's something that you should be thinking of. And I don't want to do anything with the water. Like, I want to stay away from any kind of underwater base opportunities because of the weakness that gets applied to me. And I would hate to have to spend one of my vampire level ups assuming that I can figure out how to level up on just not taking damage in my own base. That seems like a silly idea. Oh. Sea lanterns. You know, drowned are definitely still a problem for me, but I really like sea lanterns. And I don't drown. Oh, right. There we go. Got that. They're gonna float away from me, so I'll have to kind of be good about jumping up. And see, I don't even have Silk Touch or anything like that yet, so why am I not doing that with a shovel? Oh no, come on, game. Why aren't you opening? There's nothing above you. Oh, my game might have crashed. Oh, no. No. But it is not liking what's going on here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's get out of here. I wonder what it just suddenly loaded there that it did not like. Because that's... The stuttering is it hitting, like, a cap on loading something, I think. That is no bueno. We gotta move on. Yeah, and I mean, like, the stream is not stuttering. I'm still here. It's the game itself, unfortunately. But okay, it looks like we kind of made it away from whatever that was. Now we're going at a more even pace here. And this is all terrain that I've explored before, so hopefully there'll be less of that going on. I don't know. That was weird. I haven't, like, playing on my own, I haven't experienced anything like that. There might have been some kind of, like, massive structure underneath the water there. So the other thing that I'm kind of keeping a lookout here on the edges of the terrain, and you'll want to help me with this, right, is if you notice any Endermen, you should let me know. Oh, like there. There's one, I think. Because I actually need an Ender Pearl. Very badly. In fact, if I could get a few of them, that would be even better. Oh no, don't do this. Come at me, bro. Let's fight. Alright, cool. Ender Pearl. Still though, if you see another one, let me know. Fighting is dangerous. I can't restore it. Until I get to this village where there will be villagers. So I'm going to kind of skim the land now that I'm getting pretty close to this village. So that way if I notice any Endermen, I can jump out and try to take them down. I'm paying attention to that mini-map up there. That's where I'm looking. Because as you can see, I have the mob heads turned on. Like, I have icons instead of just faces or just dots. So that way I can actually see what is being spawned. See, I know the village is right behind me. But let's skim. Skimmity skim, 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 skim. This is how I did it when I initially did it. Is basically I would go to whatever the landmass was, and then just skirt the edge until I had like a good picture of what existed around me. So I can tell where all those nice biomes are. Like if I need to go get some sand, I know where the deserts are now. If I need to go and get, you know, some gravel, I know where a few places for those are. Like that right in front of me, actually. There's, it provides you a lot of good resource opportunities to do stuff like this. Although I went, I mean, really far. This continent is pretty massive. And not having any form of movement that's better than a boat does make it take a while to get around. Both to get out there and then also to get back. So it was an exercise in patience. And I think once or twice I ran into a mutant monster? I'm not sure. Like, I know that there's a mod that adds mutant monsters in, but I saw this wicked-looking Bone Guardian thing. It looked like a skeleton, but, like, really, really big. So I'm kind of hoping that I'll spot something like that again. I wish I had been recording at the time, so that way I could have shown you guys. But it was just like, it was like a skeleton that was way bigger than normal. I mean, like, it was like too tall. Like, it would have taken up 3 blocks on that tree, you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, I came out because I see another Enderman on the map. Thank you. Come here, Enderman. Oh, also chicken. Come on. You guys know you can't handle me. What are you doing with yourself? And also, where's this Enderman? I see him on the map, but I don't see him. I wonder if he's underground. Just as I'm getting higher, I think he's disappearing. So he might be underneath the ground somewhere, which is really unfortunate. Stalfos. I don't know, let's find out. We'll dig a little bit here. Because if I can get one more Ender Pearl, then I'm going to be super set here. Boonk. Where's this cave at? Come on. Never dig straight down. It's a terrible idea. Aw, an Ender Pearl fragment. That's not useful. And now I'm in a cave. But it's okay. I mean, like, not for you guys. Obviously, it's dark as F in here. But there you go. That'll help some, right? Then I'll just kind of throw down some of these lights. This is a lighting rod. That's what this thing is. Yeah, I bet you can guess what it does, right? Yeah? It places lights. Now, where did I fall in at? So I'll go right back out if I can find it. It's like over here somewhere. There it is. Boo! Boo on that Enderman not giving me a pearl. So I'm less in luck. But I do have a boat, so I can still make this work. Because really my aim is to take back a couple of villagers. But I can take back both of them at the same time now. I just have to continue moving sort of slow. But that's okay. It gives us a lot of opportunity to answer questions or explore ideas or talk about plans. So it's not like time wasted or anything. The other thing I did notice about the village generation in my game is that it seems like the Waystones mod, which is supposed to place Waystones in each of the villages, is not functioning correctly this time in this game. Because normally what it would do is place a Waystone in every village. And this time it has most certainly not. Also, I think these ones that have those wicked eyes, I think that they have been turned into vampires. I think that might be... Yeah, Vampirism Villager Converted Farmer. That's his full name. But I want some that are not converted. I want normal ones. If my game will stop lagging so bad. Little crabs. They're adorbs. What I need is a crafting table. Right now, I need a crafting table. And I'll take these gold nuggets, thank you. I guess I think I have one in my bag, actually. Okay, cool. What am I doing? Have one in my bag. I have one on my hotbar. This is a portable crafting table, if you've never seen one of those. Although I do need 4 of the iron ingots I keep in my bag. That's not copyrighted or anything. Your normal one? Well then. Now I have a villager in here. In my mob capturing device. It's definitely not called anything else. So now I just need one more normal one. Which looks like there's some over here. Maybe. No, I know the guy inside there is converted. He's converted. Where is... I need one more normal one. Game, come on. Don't do this to me. The crab attacked me. Also gonna take a quick bite on a pig here. Excuse me. Excuse me. There we go. Now my health is regenerating. Whew! It's getting dangerous. I lost some good bit of health to Skellies. Come on, go ahead and drain to refill that heart so I can get another bite here. There we go. That should get my health back up to full. See, I guess this whole village is converted, because, like, all but 2 of those people were just... Or all but the one that I grabbed, it seems like, is got those vampire eyes. I'll give it once more a glance over. What's funny is that they do, I mean, like, they do seem to be making, like, children villagers, too. I don't want all of them. I just want 2 of them. That's all that I'm looking for. You both got the eyes? You both got the eyes. Wandering traders can't be... I can't use them for my purposes. In this house... Yeah, that's the one that's, like, weirdly suspended off the ground. Okay, so then, let us go back into our waypoints. And the next village... Boop! Is it going to be further down this way? Where's the waypoint? Village 4? That way a bit. We'll take this one overland, though. And who knows, maybe if the night comes down again, then we will spot another Enderman, and then we can make this really easy on ourselves. Because if I can... the children are also vampirized. I need normal, like, unvampirized villagers. But I appreciate your enthusiasm for kidnapping, Cruiser. I really do. I need feathers, so I killed a chicken. Hi. Yeah, it's actually not... It's got nothing to do... Didn't I need yellow dye earlier? I think I needed yellow dye earlier. I think these can provide me with yellow dye. Can't they? Oh, yeah, they can. Need some more of these. Not those. That's not what I meant to do. Give me the sunflowers. Makes me wish I had brought the gold with me. Oh, a mystical yellow flower. I don't have yellow yet. Let's grab that too while we're here. Food is food. I don't have to worry about food anymore. This is a wheat field. It's like the type of biome. Or a pasture. But this is tall wheat. Although it doesn't actually provide wheat when you break it. So. Do I have like a thirst thing going on? I am going through a lot of blood. That is definitely a fact. Vampire cow. Sometimes. I think it has like a very rare chance. Oh, that's home. Where is the village? Not that one. That's the one it came from. There we go. Sometimes it has a very rare chance when I kill, like when I drain something completely of blood, of converting it into a vampire version of whatever it is. And there's only certain things that can be drank from, and there's only certain things that can be turned into vampires. But yeah, so I absolutely converted a cow there, and then it died because it's in the sunlight. Because I guess the entities take normal damage, even though I don't. If they take vampire or sun damage just for being vampires. Or maybe that's something in the mod that is not implemented yet. Maybe I'm supposed to be taking damage and I'm just not. But I kind of like the idea that because I've just had like the curse thrust onto me basically, that I'm not taking damage because I haven't given in yet or something like that, you know? Like I'm not... Like leveling up would be the thing that sealed the deal. I'll just kind of assume that that's what's going on. Until I'm proven otherwise. I'm also always on the lookout for cool trees. Daywalker. I guess. I don't really have any of the strengths either, though. Like, I don't have... the best I have is, like, some extra health. Like, no extra speed, no extra... strength. I don't deal more damage. I don't have like a resistance to damage. I mean, more health is kind of a resistance, but you know, it's not the same thing in Minecraft terms. And there's also these flowers are super cool. These are added by Silence Gems. I guess it's that same mod author. They glow. I think I pointed that out last time, but they are very pretty. And they come in like 20 something different colors. There's like multiple different shades of, you know, all of the different primary colors, and then there's just also all the secondary colors. But it's definitely more than like the normal quote-unquote 16, I guess you could say. Like Minecraft has a color palette of 16 different colors, and that definitely has more. What? Wait a minute. Oh, that's a tree. What am I doing? Looking at the mini-map and saw something interesting and then figured out what it actually was. Okay, so now we're back on some water. Now we can get back in this boat. Huh. Am I swinging like past my home? I'm curious now. Oh no. No, I am definitely a good bit away from that. Or, I guess not really a good bit. Well, 4,000 blocks the other direction. I guess that is a good bit. Yes. I could go full stereotypical villain and carve a skull into the side of a volcano, huh? That just... I don't really think that I need something that cliche. And of course now I'm loading in all kinds of new terrain, so... I apologize for the stuttering. It's not something that I could really control, but I'm sorry for it. I know that it wouldn't be very cool to see that when I was watching either, but it is what it is. But once we get this second villager, we'll be in a good position. Because once we have this, we can take it back, and we can set up a station for them to make our own personal village. And then once we have that set up, then we're on sort of an easy street, I guess you could say. Like, we can start doing some trading with the villagers to get different materials and things, and then we'll actually have emeralds, so we'll be able to give stuff to the wandering traders that stop by. And then after that, we'll also be able to get a whole bunch of enchanted books, and we can improve all of our gear. So I mean, like, it really is a win-win-win-win-win situation once we get it going. We just have to get it going. Why aren't you breaking? There we go. There we go. Oh. I do actually need that spider eye too, so I should think about this for a second. So I don't have a mob farm set up or anything like that. So yeah, I didn't mean to pick up that flower before anyway, so we'll just go ahead and use that. Oh, I see an Enderman. What it is indeed, the big soda joins. Well, I thought I saw an Enderman. I guess not. Or maybe it's, again, deep underground, and I'm not going to hunt for it. Yeah, even being in rain hurts me. Like, that's part of what I have to deal with, too. Well, it doesn't hurt me so much as it gives me that weakness debuff that we were talking about earlier. Oh, we're getting so close to this village, guys. We're getting so close. Village 4, as I have appropriately named it. Hopefully this one hasn't been totally taken over. Even if it has... So, vampires notwithstanding, even if I get over here and the entire village is, like, been zombified or something like that, I can still deal with that. I just can't deal with the vampire stuff. I need that to not be a thing. And I would still love to see another Enderman. So now that I'm getting close to the village, I guess I ought to scan the shore a little bit. To see if I can catch myself another Ender Pearl. Because if I have that, I obviously have some iron on me. I can just go ahead and make another one of those mob capture tools. Oh, I see one on my mini-map. Whether or not it's actually there is another story, but I see it. No, boat. Come back. I didn't mean to have those lily pads. They mean nothing to me. You're the only one for me. Oh, yeah. How's it going, man? No, no, no. Come back. Please come back. Please don't have teleported a million miles away. See, they don't like rain either. So I'm guessing he's now underground. Come on in. Was it worth it? I hope you think it was worth it. See, it's tripping out right now because it teleported into the rain. Dang it. We're going to scan for a little bit. I really don't want to have to boat this guy home. And if he did teleport somewhere, he probably would try to teleport in here because this place doesn't have rain, as you can see. And I don't think Endermen can spawn here. But they could have moved into here. Meanwhile, I get to hang out with my vampire homies and almost fall into a big pot of oil. See, it's weird. It shows those ghosts as hostile to me, but I mean, like, really, they're not. They don't ever attack me unless I attack them first. So I don't know why the minimap considers them to be hostile. Can I drink blood from bats? I mean, like, I'd ever be able to actually capture one with the drinking thing. I don't know why I would think that I could do that. I tried to suck blood from that ghost. So I think now it's going to attack me. Are you following me unerringly? Yeah. I think they turn invisible when you strike them, but, you know. I'm ultra deadly to them. Because I can set them on fire. Where's this Enderman at? He's killing me. Why did it have to rain? Why of all things did it have to rain? I guess I need to stay on the edge of, like, normal terrain, so that way if I see one, it can just move in. Okay, so this guy. This is one of the vampires that will attack me. I guess he's called, like, a vampire baron or something like that. Let me get some junk out of my inventory here. Because if I get close enough to him, he's going to attack me. And I want to be able to capture the stuff that he drops. Because of course we're going to fight him, even though we don't have, like, any blood. Of course we are. Okay, never mind. Forget that whole fighting him thing, apparently. I guess he afflicted me with that slowness, and then, or that ball and chain, I guess, just prevents me from damaging him entirely. Normally that's like a mining fatigue effect, but, you know. Hell, that damaged him. Circle straight for victory, yo. Okay, so what did I get? I got a level 2 tag. I got some pure blood, level 2. And I guess that's it? Maybe he dropped some other, like, BS thing, like a vampire thing or something that I've already got. Okay, let's hit up these horses over here. kind of skirt the edge of these vampire hunters because I'm pretty sure that they're going to attack me. Oh yeah, I'm dying. Ooh, vampire horse. Right. Yeah. It's still the same thing. They won't just let me ride them or anything. Sometimes you just kill them like that, though. Like, they definitely don't turn anything close to all the time. Well, I missed out on my opportunity to get that Enderman, so we're just going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Which is definitely less good. But it is what it is. So let's head back on into this village and see if we can trap us a villager. And also eat a pig. Oh, there's cursed earth over here. Oh no. Please don't everybody over here be a vampire. You're not a vampire. Okay, so that's good. At least one of you I can take back with me. You're a vampire. You're a vampire. That kid might be my only bet here. That's a vampire. Is this like an old school blacksmith? I haven't seen this in ages. Ooh, a saddle, though. Actually, sort of need that. It's got a grindstone out front, though. Is this a church? This is the altar that I'm talking about. So I want to take this with us, too, in case I want to go ahead and alleviate myself of this curse. So let's get it chopped and then get rid of the zombie flesh, I guess. And then you're a vampire. Yeah, that kid might be my only bet. Because it looks like everybody else has already been converted. I wouldn't have wanted to take a child, but if that is all that is available, then that is all there is available. And I'm, like, advancedly rescuing this kid from a whole bunch of hungry vampires, right? So, I mean, like, that's something. Okay. So now for this part. Let's aim ourselves towards the water. Oh no, the pathing. You know what? Hold on. Can I do that? And you're still human, right? Oh no, not you too. If I can pick you back up. Okay, good. Target the child. No. Target the child. Break the boat. Then target the child. And then take the dirt out of my inventory. Grab the boat. And where is he gone? Dude, it's really not safe for you to be wandering around here. You might want to not. There we go. Alright. There we go. Finally got it. Let's get out of here. Time to head back home. So let's turn off these waypoints. These other ones. Off and off. Off, I say. Home I went on, though. Okay. Well, hello, Mr. Villager. How are you doing? No, I'm not stealing the child. We just went over this. Soda, come on, Ados. You know that I'm saving it from a whole bunch of vampires. That's what I'm doing. Pay no attention to the fact that I myself am a vampire. That's meaningless. Don't worry about it. Yes, you just watched me save it from vampires. I agree. That... I said I was looking for somebody to come help me. The child just happened to be the only one available. I'm gonna employ him. I will pay him his favorite thing. Emeralds. That's what all villagers love. Look, potato, tomato, okay? The kid needed saving and I saved him. That's what's really important. Stop focusing on the small details. That is not the same at all. You're accusing me of terrible crimes that I am not actually committing. See, but what if I didn't shoot anybody? I don't have a child in a bucket. It's not a bucket. That fish is not doing what it means to do. Look, nobody knows what goes on inside of those mob capture devices. Some people theorize that it's the most comfortable home that you could possibly have. They're way bigger on the inside. This is what it is. It's not a bucket. Look at that. That doesn't look like a bucket to me. This is a bucket. I didn't put him in this. That is pure conjecture on your part. Absolutely conjectural. None of that is true. True fans of the series will know the truth. What do you think, Mr. Villager? Do you have an opinion? Do you think it's a painful existence? No, see, he disagrees with you. He thinks it's beautiful in there. And he was in there. I brought him back out so that I could hold the child in there. He gave up his comfort so that the child could be safer. Anybody can just say science. Ados, anybody. Look. So first off, you can only see one of his eyes anyways. Around his beautiful and yet gigantic eye, or nose. You can only see one eye. And nothing in that eye says pain to me. Are you projecting? I think you might be projecting. Were you trapped? Were you trapped in a Pokeball once? He's tired though. He wants to go to sleep. That's absolutely the truth. I did find out that this mod pack also has roguelike dungeons in it. So we'll have to do some of that eventually as well. But now that it's nighttime again, I'm going to swing along the shore. And I do see an Enderman. I see 2 Endermen. Surely between 2 Endermen, I can get another pearl. Come get me, bro. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'll have to put that up so I can pull those out. We all know what's about to happen here, right? Now we set off for home the more direct path. Stopping off on a pig as a quick snack. Piggy, piggy, piggy. Wow, that thing has a really terrible name now. Translatable component, key, entity, vampirism, vampire, name, arg, sibling, style, parent, color, bold, italic, underline. I made a vampire pig. That's the important part, though. I made a vampire pig. Please let me spread my curse. I mean, pigs don't look, you know, that great anyways, but that looks pretty dumb. Where did... Where? No. 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 And then it left. It was like, no, I can't deal with that guy. He's too strong. Had to bounce. Alright, let's head home. With our 2 beautiful new employees. Who are definitely not annoying at all. Shoot, there we go. Come on. Be my friend. Be my friend. Okay, cool. Now that you're my friend, let me put this saddle on you. You know, honestly, it would... Can I vampirize you? Oh, yes, I can. Oh, baby. Let's do this. Home. Come on, phantoms, leave me alone. I have to exist at night. I can't I can't exist anywhere but night. I wonder how you heal a vampire horse. So I would assume that I can't just feed it apples anymore. Ooh, a savannah. That's another village that I don't know if I have that one marked. And either way, it doesn't look like it has a waypoint either. But what it does have... Oh no, 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 get off the cactus. What are you doing? Cactus are bad for horses. What it does have is normal villagers, is what I was about to say. Fight me, come on. Let's do it. Of course you need help from creepers too, huh? Hate these things. Do not think that was a good... That was a good design change, personally. Adding in a monster that keeps you, like, makes you, forces you to sleep. Yeah, not a good design change. Okay, so let's pull that back out. And then you can go free, and you can go free. And you'll come with me, and you'll come with me. There you go, no more children. Perfect, right? That's exactly what you wanted. But now, there's my horse. Let's go. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When people agree with me, that's always the best. I choose to interpret that message as one that you just said. Whatever, creeper. Huh. I thought I was actually going to go and snack on that sheep, but I still have full health. Either I got a really good horse or they get some bonus speed when they become vampirized, because this horse is moving at a pretty good clip. Oh, come on. Forest. Could be so cool if you would just stop being a forest. Might have to hop back in the boat, though. Okay, so I definitely have to hop back in the boat, right? Right, I'm immune to the sun. Those guys aren't. The little tiny things that you forget. I'm also really sad because our stream is almost over. And like both of my initial plans did not go through. I'll have to stick around a little bit longer. At the very least, I want you guys to see something other than me traveling. But, I mean, exploring does have its place. There's obviously lots of cool things that we've seen just being out here. Like, we got to experience what a zombie horse is like. That's interesting. I apparently need to get another one of those, that's for sure. Ooh. That was almost very bad, suddenly. I gotta say, though, as I do, like, phantoms, I don't like those, but basically every other change that they made to Minecraft to update it to these later versions has been very positive. Like, all of the underwater mechanics are stunning. They're very well done. Drowned also provide that necessary thing that you have to defend against that normally, like, you can totally ignore if you just go to an island and light the whole thing up. I love... The bees are cute! They are so cute. And, I mean, obviously all the villager stuff is really, really good. It's annoying. Villagers have always been annoying, but it is really, really worthwhile to get into it. Pig. Give me your sweet, tasty blood. Become a vampire and then realize you can't go out in the sun anymore. My curse is now your curse. If only I hadn't vampirized my horse, then I'd still have it. We learned lessons today. We definitely learned lessons today. Check comments, see what's going on. Check. I really, now that I have something that can provide power to stuff, I probably should look at getting one of the things together that lets you move back to your base. Because I think there's 3 or 4 different things in this pack that can allow you to do that. For a second there, I thought I was able to climb those roots. I guess that was just some convenient timing. Or maybe there was some vines, like, on one of those roots, and I just didn't realize it. I was like, wow, do these mangrove roots actually have a purpose? You can climb them? That's amazing. But they don't. They don't. We're in the home stretch. I think. I'm gonna swing around this cliff here and see if I can come up on the other side where at least the ground will be lower. These are interesting. This is something that I discovered while I was out exploring. There's, throughout the world now, there's these little, there's these things. Like, I'm literally showing it to you. It's like a big, it looks like a big, like, weird flower, almost. And in the center of it, there's, like a goop, for lack of a better word. There's stuff that you can jump into. And when you do, you get teleported to another dimension. And I jumped in and then immediately jumped back out, like the one that I looked at and went into. So, again, future plans, we're gonna have to look at those because they do seem interesting. I just don't know everything about them. It's called the Midnight, I think, is the name of the dimension. Minecraft is a platforming game, despite what anybody else says. Oh good, this is a really excellent source of terracotta that's pretty close to my base. Well, pretty close. I think it's the closest source I have to my base, I'll say that. That'll be good for mining, eventually. So that way I won't have to go and find a whole bunch of clay and then convert it slowly. This is an overgrown cliffs biome. Gives you these jungle-ish trees, and also all these high cliffs with this terracotta in it. I just want to get over to this water source, so that way I can get back in the water. Oh. Well, no, that's a pathway. I was like, am I gonna have to jump? But good, I don't. Is what from an add-on? The biome or something else? Ados is asking, is that from an add-on? If you mean the biome, it is. Absolutely. Like, I'm playing on the Biomes Aplenty world generation type. Oh, yeah, the Flower Nightmare Dimension thing. Yeah, that is definitely from a mod. I do think it's called the, I think the mod is called the Midnight. I'm not 100% certain, but I think that's what it is. There is, in this particular mod pack, Endless Frontier, there is a whole lot of mods that I don't know anything about. I just haven't ever, like, they haven't existed, or I haven't explored them, one or both of those. So it's actually kind of an interesting thing for me to dive into this, because, like, all of the, for lack of a better term, like, standby, like, the mods that everybody knows, I know entirely. So it's kind of an interesting thing for me to get to experience, like, a whole bunch of new mods that I've never seen before, because most of the stuff that has existed since, you know, like 1.7 or whatever that kept on getting updated just hasn't been updated yet. So there's a certain amount of newness to a lot of this that I'm getting to experience for the first time in a while, and that's really nice. Just I guess my Minecraft's hitting its absolute cap on this new terrain generation stuff. Oh. Maybe I can find something to help out with that. I wonder if there's like a 115 sort of FPS fixer or Optifine or something like that, like there were in the previous editions. Although I have heard that, like, by and large, a lot of the big FPS drains that existed from before have been fixed in the later versions. But, you know, mods are mods, so I'll take a look at it and see if I can get that working. And or I'll just have to be more vigilant about what I'm doing. I had a really solid plan for today. I thought we were going to have a wonderful stream back at the base, which wouldn't have had any of these issues, but then it didn't work out. So we had to go for super duper alternative plan number 3. But I mean, like, ooh, that's a cute looking doggo. Did they add more wolf skins, or is this from a mod? It says it's a Minecraft wolf, but I've never seen one that looked like that before. Or like that, for that matter. Maybe when I free up my mob imprisonment tools. No, that's not what they're called. What are they called? Mob capture device. Imprisonment tools was one of the old ones from like a previous mod. When I free those up, I might have to get some more animals. Like, I'll actually keep a horse around me. And, maybe get some doggos. I'm on the edge of my space, right? So if I just kind of... Yeah, if I just scooch up in this river, I think I can just sail my way home. I just have to get over that little bit right there. I think this will circle right around in my base. Yep. There it is. Looking amazing. I don't know. I look at that mine entrance there, and I keep thinking to myself that there's something I need to add to it, but I don't know what. And I mean, like, realistically, everything that I said about it, it mirrors. Because it does look like whoever was here and put this mine together was, like, really lazy about it. So, I mean, it's fulfilling its purpose, that's for sure. Hey, give me a little bit of blood, llama. A little bit of llama blood. Okay, we're back home. I'm going to check into this some more and see if I can figure out how it works. And if I does, then we'll cover it in the next stream. If I do, we'll cover it in the next stream. There's also a couple of other mods that I'm looking at getting into for different reasons. So I'll try to come up with the definite entry points. Like, I'll test them out in a creative world or something like that. So I know I'll know definitely what's going on. And guys, we're going to end the stream there, so I hope you enjoyed everything. Thank you for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate when you guys come out and are very active in the conversation. It helps everything kind of flow together. If you want to, please, you can find me on YouTube. You know, obviously you have my Twitch, my Twitter. It's all under the same name, Zaire Deaferu. So follow me on there if you want to catch our next stream, and I will see you guys later. Have a good day. And 3, 2, and a 1, and a stop.